Okay, so the first tool that I'm going to be exampling for you is Pingdom Tools Website Speed Test. As you can see here, the user interface is really very simple, very user-friendly. You have a field here in which to enter your URL, settings drop-down, where you can choose to save the test and make it publicly viewable, and then your testing locations. Let's try Stockholm. All right, and bing, bang, boom, you have your results. And over here off to the left, you have each of your resources, or assets, or requests, HTTP requests. To the right of that, each of those requests individual file sizes, or weight, which makes up this total metric here, total page size. To the right of that, excuse me, your timeline. That shows you how long Pingdom is indicating each of those resources took to load. For example, we have, you hover over these, DNS resolution time of 9 milliseconds, SSL negotiation of 12 milliseconds, etc., 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 for a total of 57 milliseconds. And you can do that with all of these resources. Off to the right of that, click this little arrow, you can take a look at your response and request headers. We're going to be going over headers in the headers optimization section later on in the course. Now, Pingdom is a combination of synthetic and organic testing tools. And here's why. There are things in here that are going to be highly accurate. Obviously, the performance grade is going to be accurate because they're defining what does and does not constitute a 96 out of 100. And you can see a detail of that in the Performance tab, how they're totaling up and giving you that performance grade. The requests are accurate. We've got 31 total requests over here, HTTP requests, each and every one of our assets or resources. And then obviously the page size is going to be correct too. It totals up each individual size or weight of each individual asset or resource. Here's where we get to the point where Pingdom is a synthetic test, this load time metric here. While wpfaster.org is incredibly fast, for the overwhelming majority of the users of our site, no, they're not going to experience a 302 millisecond total load time. This is an indicator of total load event here, according to Pingdom, which means the amount of time it took to get from here all the way down to the complete loading of our analytics. That is not accurate, at least not accurate for the overwhelming majority of our website's visitors, nor whatever metric ends up here for you will that be accurate either. So, how to use Pingdom? In our opinion, in my opinion, the best way to use Pingdom is obviously, if you have an aesthetic preference for this user interface and like just how it looks, and it's easier for you to absorb and make use of the information here that it provides you, fine, go ahead and do so. But do not rely on the metric provided here as being something that accurately represents what the overwhelming majority of your website users rather are going to experience when they visit your site. Here is why I am recommending Pingdom, though, in the end. This figure here, your website is faster than X percentage of all tested websites. Now, millions and millions and millions of people use Pingdom to test their website. So you're going to get a very accurate gauge of just how much faster or slower, whatever the case may be, your website is relative to all of the other millions of users that are using Pingdom. So here we can know that wpfaster.org is indeed faster than 99% of all the websites tested on Pingdom. So that gives us a good gauge of just how well we're doing and just how fast it is, in spite of the fact that this total load time metric here is not representative of what the overwhelming majority of visitors to our website it's not representative of what the overwhelming majority of the visitors to our website are going to experience, nor will it be for yours. Incidentally, the URL, not so incidentally actually, the URL for the speed test tool is here, tools.pingdom.com/FPT/. Now we'll be including a URL to the link to this as well as all other tools that I'm going to be exampling in the addendum to the section.